Welcome back to D-Draw Decks, and today we're going to do another deck profile on
Live Twin Runick Spright.
what did you do?
So this is an amalgamation of 3 different engines. The Live Twins like to do the whole starting process. You finish it off with the Sprites, and then you draw 3 cards with the Runicks. This is a very, very powerful deck. It's a very last-minute decision. I went 4-0 today. The Age of Overlord pre-release at Geek Retreat Newport was a very, very fun day. A lot of very tough matchups. Round 1, we faced Telements. There's a little side deck piece that helped me win against that, which completely shut him down. If you've got an avid Runick or Sprite player, you'll know what the side deck piece is. Round 2, I faced off against Labyrinth, and it was a very quick 2-0, finished in about 10 minutes. It was just easy. It was one of the easiest matchups today. Round 3, I faced Runick Plunder Patrol. We nearly went to time, but Sunny Snitch is an amazing card. And then round 4, I faced Branded Chimera, which was a grind slugfest. I just decked him out essentially, had no pieces left, and it was brilliant. It was such a very fun day, very fun matchups. As far as anything else would go, struggled a bit more against the Branded Chimera matchup, so I need to learn that a bit more. But let's get into the deck profile.
Alright, let's get into the deck.
So we'll start with the main deck. The main deck is 41 cards. So we're going to start with 3 copies of Live Twin Lilla, 2 copies of Live Twin Kids Kill, and 1 copy of Live Twin Kill Frost. So the ratio is going to be very weird. You can play 1 of this, or you can have 2. This is just another extender, so usually you would be summoning this off of this, but in many cases, if you open it, it's not a dead card, because either way, one of these 2 are going to get you into the other one, so this is never going to be dead. As far as the other parts of the Live Twin engine go, we have Sunny Snitch at 3. If you control an evil twin monster, every time your opponent specials or normal summons a monster, they take 200 damage and you gain 200 life. This is how I won in time against Branded Chimera. As he special summoned, I gained 200 twice. I had 2 on the field, and it was just easy. And then next we have 1 secret password to search out the Sunny Snitch.
So what's the password?
The password searches the Live Twin spells, and the password is 4-0. So that's going to do it for the Live Twin cards. We're going to jump into the Sprite engine. We're playing 3 copies of Sprite Blue, 1 copy of Jet, which searches starter, which then gets you into your red or your carrot. This is it. There's nothing else. It's just a side engine.
So what did I say about 1 red being right?
I was originally playing 2, and it's still correct, regardless of how we look at it. But this is just where I came up with a friend of mine who helped me through the crafted deck last night. It's Tom. Shout out to Tom. But it's such a small engine, but it provides so much. The majority of the deck now is just Runick, so we're starting off with 2 Runick Fountain. This card is incredibly broken. Being able to put back 3, draw back 3, swap once per turn. So you open one, able to search the other. Happy days. On top of which, to search it, all the Sprite cards, all the Runick cards get you into Hugin, but one that searches it is Runick Tip.
Just a tip?
It adds a Runick card, and then you banish top card of your opponent's deck, which is whatever, But they all have the same effect where, regardless of which effect you activate, you skip your battle phase, which is minor to what we were looking to achieve. Triple Flashing Fire. This destroys special summon monster. Probably my favorite card out of all of them today. Triple Freezing Curses. This is a monster negate. I don't know, honestly, the negates are kind of weird, but it does add a whole bunch of complexity to what it does. Also, this banishes the top 2, this banishes the top 3 of your opponent's deck. Brilliant Destruction, this destroys a spell and trap on the field, on your opponent's field, and then banishes top 4. Runick Slumber protects one of your monsters from being destroyed by battle card effect once per turn, and then banishes the top 3. And then my other Runick card of choice today was Runick Smiting Storm. This could have been Dispelling.
What is this?
So Smiting Storm banishes cards up to the number of cards your opponent controls. So this is the one way to get around the deck out. So there are many times where you will have a Dispelling or a Flashing Fire, and they have 3 or 4 cards left. So if you go for the Flashing Fire, banish the top 2, and then go Smiting Storm will banish up to, so it doesn't matter what they have, it doesn't have to be exact, it will just deck them out, and that's the best part about it. But this could be a Dispelling. There's many a time where I wish Dispelling was in my deck, but I didn't have any issue. So that's going to do it for the Runicks. Finally, we're going to a small little Frost engine. So we're playing 2 Frost, 2 Talents, and then Evenly Matched. Evenly Matched is okay in the deck, even going first, as we can discard this off Hugin. Everything else is self-explanatory. And that is the main deck, 41 cards, I believe.
And you only play 5 non-engine.
And only 5 non-engine.
Okay, let's get into the... Is there anything you would have changed about the main deck?
Probably not. There's a lot of like room per se. Dispelling again is another thing I would kind of play. The Frost engine is not mandatory. I find that to be kind of like up in the air, depending on how you want to go about it. It can be hand traps. It can be other non-engine. You can make like Herald of the Abyss if you want, if you're worried about your Pearly matchups. But overall, I think it's fine. I want to start playing Forbidden Droplet. There are a lot of things where Forbidden Droplet is just insane. But when I get Forbidden Droplets, they're 100% going into the deck. They will make some minor changes, and you will be updated on that on this channel immediately when it gets to it. Let's jump into the extra deck. So we're starting off with 2 of the red link, 2 of the blue link, and 1 of the Tropical Sunny. So they all have similar effects, where a red is going to summon back a blue, and a blue is going to summon back a red. And you get different effects. So if you control a Lilla monster, or you special summon a Lilla monster while this card is on the field, or a special summon while you control a Lilla monster, it draws you a 1, and then if you have this when you control a Kiss Kill monster, you can destroy a card. And then Trouble Sunny, it can, quick effect, tag itself out, summon back 1 of each, or just a 1 of Lilla or Kiss Kill. And then in the graveyard, you can banish it and an Evil Twin monster, to do a non-target banish, which is amazing. This is very good for pushing for game, especially when you are kind of controlling the game state for a bit and you want to push for that damage when your battle phase is available from your runic stuff. It swings, tags out, tags into 2, so that is a total of 5,500 damage if you're all able to go through, which is awesome. Next we are playing IP Magic Arena Nightmare Unicorn. This will be SP Little Knight very, very soon. Just, it's power creep, it's over. And then we have Muckracker and Griffin. Honestly, this is the reason I won against Branded Chimera, more than anything else for time. But yeah, this card's crazy. This needs to go. And then for the last link, we're playing Underworld Goddess. This was another reason why the Chimera matchup was so easy, is this was able to out-Dragoon on so many levels, just getting rid of it, not worrying to have to worry about the negate, you had no cards in hand, so I just went off, made this. 2 XEs, 1 Gigantic, and 1 Mannequin Cat. Mannequin Cat is the star of the show today. As you'll see with the side deck, there's a lot of minute changes that can be done with it, with targets, but I think the targets I chose today are relatively based. I'm just straight up based as hell, man. And finally, 2 Hugin and 1 Gary. Hugin searches the ritual, not the ritual spell, god, the field spell, and then Gary gets it back from graveyard if there are any in there. Would not make any changes to the extra deck except for SP Little Knight when I get my hands on it.
Yeah.
And now into the side deck. I'm very iffy to show the side deck ahead of the regional, but at the same time I don't mind it too much because there might be some changes. So start with Triple Ash Blossom. There wasn't a time where I wanted to not side this in. I wouldn't main it, but I'm happy that's in the side. Game 1 with this deck is relatively looking to find the footing of what your opponent is on, and then trying to play around that accordingly. So you have to kind of adapt what your playstyle is, and then once you get the gas going, it's free rolling. And then game 2, game 3, you start adjusting yourself. That's the best part. The best part is being able to adjust. Next up, we're playing 2 Bestial Druidsworm. This can be free, but I did not have a third. But I think 2 is fine. And now for the one-offs, which are all mannequin targets. We play 1 Chaos Hunter, 1 Jinzo, and 1 End of Anubis.
Jimjo?
Jimjo. So Chaos Hunter is amazing. So this card is amazing in the Runick mirror matches. Specifically against Plunder Control today was really good. End of Anubis, this is the reason I won game 1 against, round 1 against Telements.
What does End of Anubis do?
It says, and I will read it because then I'm not wrong, as long as the card remains faceable on the field, all effects of spell, trap, and monster cards that target a card or cards in the graveyard or that activate in the graveyard are negated. Wow. So this kind of hurts me a little bit, but the best part is, once we get to this, we're looking to have full board control and just play with what we have. So we're not looking to use Fountain to recycle as often or use Lilla in the graveyard. There's very little cards in general that activate in my graveyard, but Fountain obviously the only thing that targets, but whatever. Jinzo is for the Labyrinth matchup, but I didn't need it today. And then Chaos Hunter, like I said, is for the mirror matches. To win in time, Scattershot. I'm not playing Sprint, but what I can do is I can summon this off a Gigantic, link off, deal 500.
Yeah.
And I'll do it for monsters in the side deck. Next, we're playing 2 Cosmic Cyclone and a Harpy's Feather Duster. This is just a general. I wanted something besides destruction to be able to hit anti-spells or skill drains just without having to worry. And then Duster is a thrust target, and alongside Duster for thrust targets we have Herald of the Abyss, Dark Ruler no more, and Dimensional Barrier. Again, very, very flexible depending on what you want it to be. I really enjoyed Dark Rulers today. There was a time in game 3 against Branded Chimera where I used Thrust after using a Runick spell to search evenly matched, but my battle phase is already getting skipped, so it's a major mistake on my end. But apart from that, everything else was awesome. There wasn't a time today where I felt as if a card was out of place. And that's the best part, I think, is that it's a very similar build to what I took to London without the Runick pieces in London. But now with the Runick pieces, it's all kind of all meshed together really well. And it's been my best results in a couple of months. So very, very happy to be back on the deck today. Again, 4-0. A couple shout outs, Joshua Schmidt. His list is amazing. I took a bit of inspiration from him. Shout out to my friend Thomas Austin for refining the list, tuning it to what I wanted it to be. Shout out to the whole Yu-Gi-Oh! Group at the Geek Retreat Newport. Shout out to Geek Retreat Newport for hosting the event. And massive shout out to you, David, for recording the deck profile. And shout out to my own channel, Aaron Black TCG. The link will probably be in the description if he figures out how to do the description.
If I figure out.
We'll figure it out. But yeah, that is the deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you have any questions, I'll be in the comment section of this video, so just reply to whatever and let me know. I will give you my in-depth thoughts on what could be changed or anything else. Alongside that, you can find me on Twitter at Aaron Black, but the A is an X. Apart from that, I'm all good.
Is there anything else you would have changed about the side, or?
The side, no. The side's very iffy. Again, I would play like the third Jurist, but that's about it, really.
Yeah. No.
But yeah, no, I'm very, very happy with this.
Alright, thank you, Aaron, for today for the deck profile.
Not a problem.
And Deedor Deck signing out.